Good morning and welcome to the JN Sports Complex here in Delhi. You're joining us for the Bowls, and we have got a wonderful pairs game for you this morning. Canada against New Zealand. And an interesting complex we're in. We've got 4 greens here, 24 rinks. We're just in the shadow, or marginally in the shadow of the main stadium. As you can see it, just in that picture, it's a stunning venue. .29 degrees at 8:55 and getting warmer by the minute. 73 degrees humidity. That will certainly go up if it's anything like yesterday, where we hit, I think, about 85, 90 degrees. I'm David Corkill. I've David Baldwin with me. And David, it's only going to get warmer, but I think it might even get a little bit warmer for the Canadian pair in the league standings at the moment.
I have a feeling that you're right there, David, because Canada are good, but New Zealand are formidable at the moment. A combination we're going to see this morning. I'm really looking forward to Jan Khan, the skip, and Manu Timothy, the lead. And New Zealand so far going so well. Unbeaten, they top the group. They've already beaten South Africa, Botswana and Namibia. And by comparison, Canada, Amanda Berg and Shirley Fitzpatrick-Wong are doing okay, but they've lost twice. And this setting is perfect for this match we're about to see. Canada against New Zealand, and it's going to be really entertaining stuff, I'm sure. We're looking forward to a good open match played in a nice atmosphere, and we're hoping for the action to get underway very soon. The players just completing the warm-up and the practice, and once the horn goes, we shall be away. And David, you have to say that odds on, it must be New Zealand, but things often have a way of not working out according to form.
Well, that is exactly correct. We see some of the local supporters just in. The Indian support here for their team has been magnificent, I have to say. They've really got behind the lawn bowls, and they've had some very good results as well. Very, very young team, the Indian team. But you're right about New Zealand against Canada, and I had a little chat with the Canadians. It's going to be a tough day for them, they know that, but this is their chance. If they win this match, they're going to be back in the frame again. They've lost 2 and 1-1. So the skip is Shirley Fitzpatrick. Who you're looking at the moment is Amanda Berg, the lead, the 23-year-old from Alberta. And there we are, that's Shirley Fitzpatrick-Wong. I remember Shirley from Manchester, where she won a silver in the women's 4s, so an experienced campaigner. It's her second Commonwealth Games. So Manu Timothy is the lead, 32-year-old. And she's playing today with the very experienced Jan Khan, who has played all around the world. Won bronze medals at Commonwealth Games before. She's from Christchurch in New Zealand, and that's a hotbed of bowls. And really, with that strength of experience and consistency, Jan Khan would be the star amongst the 4 players.
Track's good, Manu.
Yes, it's easy to look at a match like this and hype it up. But I don't think we need to hype this one, because this should be a decent match, I think. And I'm looking forward to seeing the experience of Jan Khan and Manu Timothy. They should be great to watch. And, you know, they're up against a very talented Canada pair, and I think we're in for a really good match this morning. So, as you can see, the conditions just about perfect. David was talking about the temperature and the humidity. Really not much change. I mean, most mornings are like this here in Delhi. We're not complaining, we love it. But it does get very hot at times, but you just have to accept that, and so do the players, and indeed the spectators. But the facility here, as you can see, looks great. There's the main stadium behind us, where the track and field events are scheduled to go off later today. Magnificent stadium. They've had problems, but there we go. That's the horn. That means play can now begin. So any second we'll be away with this match. And this is going to be really something to savour. So settle back with us if you've got nothing better to do for the next couple of hours or so, and enjoy the action. Canada against New Zealand. And David, I'm looking forward to this.
Yes, I think it should be a good game. Players are very much up for it. As we see Surely just finishing off the trial ends. You know, the horn has gone for the 3-hour time limit, but they're trying to push these matches along. It's become a feature of bowls, and with some countries in particular where slow play has really not helped things, and they're trying to aggress it at the moment, and hopefully they have addressed it. Don't think there'll be too much slow play with these two teams, to be truthful with you. They haven't got a reputation for that. Trial ends absolutely vital for both teams, though, just to get a feel for things.
Well, we've also, going back to what you were saying about the tempo of play, New Zealand aren't renowned for slowing things down, except when it suits them. I mean, basically they get on with it, and if tactically they need to, they will, but hard to see this time.
Yes, it's 3 ball pairs, not a big issue really, or it shouldn't be in theory. I'm being a little bit guarded about that.
Okay.
Haven't had a recent experience of something else. Those long matches.
Say no more about that.
Oh, what a wonderful place to play bowls, and I can tell you, I've been at many Commonwealth Games since 1982, and this is as good as it gets. You can be assured of that. And not only that, but the players and all of the officials are also housed here in terms of during the day in air-conditioned rooms, and that's very comfortable, really comfortable for them. It's a great complex, there's no doubt about that. It's just wonderful. There's a little bit of the old Groundhog Day when it comes to the heat and the humidity, but every game is different. Every game offers different challenges. We've got lots to talk about. And it's so much better than ending up in a lot of rain as well. You see the big screen just there in the top left-hand corner, showing the match at the moment. Well, seeing yourself on a 30-foot screen must be quite interesting.
Not a pretty sight.
Well,
depends on who you are.
We'll just make sure the guys don't come on to us. So, Jack up the rink. Amanda, first ball. And a very good start as well. In some ways a little bit difficult for Canada to be facing the leaders at the moment, because it's vital they get the win. New Zealand really looking to do better in these Commonwealth Games. The last ones in Melbourne 4 years ago was, I think it's reasonable to say, a bit of a disaster for the long bowlers. Didn't pick up anything where their arch enemies, the Aussies, well, they could barely lift the bag. There were so many gold medals in it.
Strange the way these things go, but looking at these opening shots, this very first action of the day.
Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, unlucky. Very unlucky to touch the ball. That changes the head completely. Yes, manager's saying that was very unlucky, but don't worry about it. Just take a little bit more green and let it drop round.
It's a nice smooth delivery stride she's got, isn't it, David?
Yes, it's oh,
look at that.
And that's where, whenever that front ball was taken to the side to leave a catch, that's exactly why it was such an unfortunate ball. That ball was running maybe 2 yards, hit it, took the shot. So now, instead of consolidating the head and building around the back, Canada are going to have to chase it because the shot's against. It's another good ball from the lead. That's 3 good balls she's played.
Behind, mate. You draw to this ball.
Steady, progressive.
Jan Khan with plenty of vocal inspiration from the other end. Great stuff.
Well, Jan will be very animated in this match. She's full of go, full of experience.
Struggling.
It's just after 9 o'clock and the fans have started already, and I mean the ones that give you a little bit of air, a little bit of breeze. And it is only going to get warmer, folks. It's we come along. We're under the shade at the moment in the main stand in the commentary position on this rink 7. Which is fine for this match, but as it gets on later on, that steel roof gets very, very hot, and the air doesn't quite get through to us as much as we'd like. However, Jan can just trying to add another, but a bit on the high side, dropping short. Now, come on, Canada, you're in a chance here. Be positive. Slightly under unless you get some help. Oh, good effort. Right sort of shot with pace. Well, Jan, you've played 2 balls that really are not contributing to the head and leaving this open, so leaving Shirley Fitzpatrick-Wong a chance to remove the ball.
She's playing wearing a scarf.
Well, I was looking at that.
It's extraordinary on a temperature like we've got today.
It's too wide.
It's iced. Thank you. Information in my ear that it's ice. I wish I'd had one of those.
Yes, I was looking at it actually to see looked like it had been padded or something.
Yeah, what a clever idea though.
Well, absolutely. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, that was tight, very, very narrow. Gets a big wick and comes in for a 2. Oh, that hurts. 2 shots should be confirmed by our non-technical officer today, Paras Sharma, who will look after the scoring for us. There we go, 2-0 for New Zealand. A fortunate second one, but take everything you can.
They weren't very convincing, were they, in that opening end? But as you say, the score 2-0.
The ball wicks off and comes in, and 2 things happened in that end. First of all, Canada opened the door with a beautiful first ball, just turning on the edge, and it came out. New Zealand hit it with 2 yards of running for the shot, and then they got a big wick for the second. And even after the first end, you begin to think that just maybe New Zealand are on a rich vein of not only just good play, but also a little bit of luck as well.
And that so often happens to the good sides, the good teams, the good pairs.
Yes, Gary Player once said, the more I practice, the luckier I become.
Spot on.
Hold now. Hold. Well done. Well, mate.
Very appropriate for the All Blacks, as Gary Player played in black all the time as well.
What a lovely fella. I worked with him a couple of times, an absolutely charming guy and a brilliant, brilliant golfer, one of the greats. But a huge, huge sports fan generally. I'm sure if he's got the chance, he'll be watching this somewhere in the world.
Amanda is dropping a little bit short of the second after a good first delivery. Oh, that's a bit pacey, but a useful ball. Certainly Jan will not be too worried about a back ball. The skip should be well pleased.
And Amanda Berg, who's made a pretty decent start. Hasn't maybe had the rewards, but she's not done badly.
Very easy delivery she has, just watching the action. That's another good ball around the bouts, but the only problem is being a little bit short like that. If the jack goes back, those balls will no longer have much of an influence.
And Manu.
Line looks good.
Dropping short. Well, the players are just looking at the head, checking a couple of things out. There might be a mark on the bowl or something underneath. Yes, there it is. Just take it away, roll the ball back up again. There we go.
Good, Manu.
Well, the Canadians are using their own bowls. You saw that Canada was actually put onto it.
Yeah.
Now that is just so helpful.
Why isn't that mandatory for every team? Especially in a televised worldwide event.
Don't even attempt to take me there.
No.
I'll go off in my soapbox.
But the other thing I'm enjoying about this match already is the tempo. The girls are just getting on with things. There's no hanging around. There's no stalling already. It's just playing it at a nice natural rhythm.
This is better from Jan Kang's going to drop inside. Yep,
Yeah,
number
good.
one. That's held off as a shoulder, which means once again Shirley needs to be reaching this. Good percentages, just the way they sit. There you go. You see the ice padded by the Canadian scarf. Wonderful. Great idea. Needs an edge. Oh, all the way through.
Just moved a little more at the last minute and took it away. Jan Comm keen to get on with the action.
That dropped a little bit short. Now Shirley has a chance. Bowler Jack. Jack will get 3 for you. Bowl will get 2 if you stay in. Red and white bowls, red and white outfit. And the way the bowls manufacturers are now, David, we can create almost any colour you want.
Exactly. It should be straightforward to get it all done. Disappointing now.
Yes, that was a good chance, I have to say.
Breathing deeply there. Shirley Fitzpatrick Wong reflecting on where that went wrong.
Close with this. Oh, once again, just needed a slight edge that time. But it looks like it's going to be 1 to New Zealand.
Yeah, 1 blue, that's the confirmation.
There it is. Just needed a little touch, just take the pace off it. That's what Jan was looking for. A little edge. Didn't happen. And it's 1 shot. So, gentle start, but 3-0 for New Zealand.
That's a solid start, isn't it? It's a lovely atmosphere, isn't it? Competition all around us, David. You know, it's a beautiful setting, top quality action wherever you look, and this beautiful venue.
I absolutely adore this. When people chat to me about bowls, and we have some passionate people in the sport. We sort of know more than myself. I admit that I am very passionate about it. But how can you not think that this is just an incredible place? You'll get a chance to see it in a moment or two, and it's just, if you love the sport, this is the sort of competition you want to be at. Now, don't get me wrong, David, there'll be people out here and thinking to themselves, you know, I'm in for a medal, but there'll be others that will be thinking that, well, I'm not going to get a medal, but there's a chance of enjoying the experience. And quite often, with some of the smaller countries in particular, they'll be contributing to their own costs as well to being here.
Yeah, well, that shows what it means.
Oh, very good. Well played, Amanda. Back toucher.
Good for her.
Don't disturb it with your next one. It's a big screen now. It's gone to the generic Delhi 2010 Commonwealth Games logo. We have, of course, massive electronic scoreboards as well that are updated every few seconds about what's going on in all of the rinks that are under play. There's 4 greens and 24 rinks, of course, depending on the scheduling. Not all being used, but there's only one normally available. Amanda just wanting to drop in front of the jack. Well, it's a little bit short, but it's not bad. Commonwealth Games, very much honour and glory, representing your country, looking for medals, and that has a major effect with a lot of countries regarding their sports funding. So there's a little bit more to it than just personal ambition.
Good one.
And of course, quite a lot of bigger countries will have players that are attached to clubs, working as professional coaches, and they will be rewarded also in terms of performance. Quite often, if they get medals, etc., the club will help out there. Surely another one in, but just be careful, you don't want to disturb the jack. A back toucher is very valuable. Edge would do. Yes, indeed.
Oh, that's nice.
Good solid connection. She would have been looking for the ball just to come off, but good idea to stay wide.
You can stay there. You keep working off that ball.
Well, it certainly can stay there, but it's very narrow, and that's why Jan's sort of holding back a little bit. She's sort of thinking, well, okay, but it does look very narrow. She's prepared to have one go at it. Not far away either. Just drifting past. Hard to get back with a little bit of pace.
Good try.
I think we might find her moving onto the forehand with the next one, though, depending where this ball finishes. Well, that will definitely change her onto the forehand, and it should be aggression. It should be pushing into the bowler jack. 3 down. New Zealand at the moment.
Yeah, they've got problems that need to be addressed now.
Got her own ball, but ran through, and that's not bad. That offers a better shoulder.
You can just play to these, a little push is okay too.
Well, I'd be inclined to play this in the backhand and just leave that in the forehand. There's a great big gap there. It's not very attractive for New Zealand. Play the backhand and drop in on it. What we call dropping in on the blind side. Try and hide your ball. Gentle, gentle girl. You don't want to disturb too much. Oh no, she's filled the gap. Oh dear. Well, no, it's one in and one out, but by filling that gap, that'll give Jan a lot of confidence to come into this with pace.
Sorry, mate. Got the weight. Yeah.
Oh, missed a chance. Oh.
And by some distance.
Oh, that was an escape. That was a very tentative ball. That should have been a real good hit. 3 out. I think that's all there is. But Amanda just going to measure it to satisfy herself. Never, ever walk away from a measure if you're not sure. Just get the box measure out and check it. Oh, wow, that looks in.
Oh, mate.
And it was in by some distance.
Oh, red.
That was a good call for Amanda. She called it as 4. And it was in by a massive amount.
Confirmation from the marker.
There was the ball coming in, just pushed it through and filled the gap, which really should have been punished by New Zealand. She's not sure. Well, she's a happy girl. So, Canada leapfrog past New Zealand on the 3rd end, 4 shots to 3.
Well, this is an interesting start to this match.
You take it with you.
Yes, hear Jan saying take it with you, and I always smile politely a little bit when balls like that happen because they are a little bit heavy, and in real terms they're a little bit on the inside. They're not on the proper line when they pick it up with that pace, but it's actually a good policy when you're playing on heavy outdoor greens to reach the jack.
Take it with you. It's good news.
Well, it is, and if you miss the jack, you're coming into a good place. Amanda's after it. Edge on the ball would be good. Got it.
Oh, clever stuff.
Using the ball to angle back onto the jack.
Now, you're still here, 1 down.
Nice to hear not clearly what's going on out there, what's being said between lead and skip. Helps everyone out. But Amanda, the lead for Canada, certainly Amanda Berg playing really nicely, very steady.
Good speed, mate. Nice draw around your out. That's 3 feet out. Here's your jack. Drop down now. All the way. Well done.
Yeah, well done. Good encouragement because that's a decent ball. And what I've seen so far with regards to the matches at the Commonwealth Games, it's more about just doing everything with regards to the simple play as well as you can. Draw, draw, draw. Try and get within a foot or so of the jack and leave the difficult shots to your opponent. Shirley just a little bit pacey on that. It's a decent ball around the back, though. As I've been saying so many times, give the ball some value. If you're not going to get the shot, get a decent position. Well, that's just fighting the pass. That must be a very straight ball she's using. There's no way that should have held that line. Well, we'll get a close-up of the balls maybe in a moment or two, get a chance to see just exactly what they're using. If you're watching this, you may think that we would know that as commentators, but quite often what happens during competition, depending on what green you're playing on, the players will swap balls. They'll change not necessarily the color, but often they'll change the bias, the size, or the weight. That's a Taylor Ace ball. That's a medium bias ball. Good for indoor and outdoor. Little swing on them. That's what Canada are using. This one here looks very narrow to me. This ball, oh, look at that. Right up the nose. Good grief.
I think it's still us. You can stick with this. Just rest on your last ball. How far out is your second shot? Or if you like there, inside the black one.
Amanda Berg quite clear with her advice. What does Shirley Fitzpatrick Wong make of that?
It's her last ball. I think she should come up and have a look at this, because quite often if you're not quite sure, you'll play a nothing ball.
No, she's not going to come up.
A nice extension of the arm. She has to be a little bit careful here, because really she doesn't want to give the shot away. Needs a thick edge. Got it. I took her away from the other short ball in a good position.
Well, that looks very good, David.
Yes,
she was pleased with that.
She will be. She was trying to come around the black ball on the wide side, though. That was the target, but she was inside it. But, no damage done.
Oh, this is a good match. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Good tempo.
Good tempo, opportunity for shot play, some decent draws, and some missed opportunities.
We haven't got bogged down in those long sort of waiting around, those sterile periods where very little happens.
So they're torturous, aren't they?
They
but
are.
One to red.
Just one to red.
As we update our own personal records. Always a useful thing to do. Canada will be quite pleased with the work that they have achieved so far. 5 shots, 3 up after 4 ends. 9 end sets, of course. 2 of those with a 3-end tie-break if required. If we go into tie-break, we'll explain the rules, etc. They are slightly different from what would be normal, and certainly different to what we played last time at this level. That one got away from her. Push it out wide.
That's about the first loose shot we've seen, isn't it, from Amanda? She's been pretty consistent.
Been playing this backhand very well. I haven't been watching where she was standing on the mat. It holds off if you're a little bit wide. But like a lot of the rinks on these greens, there's a little bit of margin for error, but not a lot. Looks a better track. Well, that's not going to help. It changed onto the forehand, I think. Yeah, she's switching hands. She was just about to go on to the backhand, but Shirley changed her. That's a good move, because it's so far away that ball is not really going to have an influence in terms of the shots, but it's blocking the way in. No point in hitting it in. Gentle, 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 gentle. No, that's pretty good.
Just because that side's wide open.
Oh yes, and quite often that's the case. The only time that you wouldn't play the wide open hand is if that particular hand is very difficult or tricky, or
Yeah.
you know, the chances of getting close are so remote that it's better to take a risk of hitting your opponent in. Oh, this looks very narrow. Surely she couldn't hold this. Well, that's why she held it. She was carrying pace. Brought the jack back to the red ball as well. So it's...
Same sort of ball.
That must be a very, very straight ball to hold that. Even on her backhand where she's playing across. Occasionally you may just hear some bird noise. We have been visited by our feathered friends above the rink.
I think it must be feeding time. They're all looking for something.
Oh, still a good ball back there. Following up after pulling the jack back with a second ball. Well, there we go, David. They're hovering, aren't they?
They are. The kites, the black kites. We saw some yesterday and enjoyed them.
Yeah,
swooping low over the arena. Got a bit low at one of the two stages.
Well, one dropped down and swooped on something and picked it up.
Well, a locust, we thought, didn't we?
We thought it was a locust.
Yeah.
It was...
Looked crunchy.
Yes, it looked a rather large breakfast, but they're big birds. They really are.
Yes, with a vicious-looking beak. You wouldn't want to be pecked by one of them, if peck is the right verb. Shirley Fitzpatrick Wong wearing that ice scarf, and she's keeping cool.
Yeah, she knew she'd pushed that one well out.
Not a great shot.
No. Now that forehand has a little bit of a shelf on it. What we would say is if you go under the line, you'll get punished because it'll sweep away. They're using tailor-raced balls, which are fairly wide, and I can understand they're going like that, but if she uses the mat, there is a line to come in at. That hasn't changed anything. She'll come around that. So it'll be interesting to see where she stands on the mat on this occasion, because well, she's right in the middle. Well, if she is going to play it out in the wide side to come sweeping back in, you need to be on the outside of the mat.
It's what she's done, isn't it? But it looks like it might work.
So it was close. If she'd have been on the outside of the mat with that delivery, she would have been right into the jack earlier.
Yeah.
No, she's good. She's on the outside edge, Jan, of the mat, which is the idea, to come around the ball that might be looking as if it's in the way. And that's what she's trying to do. Sweep in off the high side. Here it comes. Just a little bit pacey, but it made it back to centre rink. There are times in the outdoor game when you really do have to try and use what's available to you, and the mat, well, it's a science in itself. She's on the middle of the mat, so her weight is going to have to be very good to get back with this, because she'll probably hold off. Yep, there you go. It's holding off. Now, if she'd have been on the other side of the mat, she would have swept inside her front ball, picked up the jack with that pace, and be line two.
Now they should listen to you, David.
Well, science of the mat, I don't know, this level.
You're a big advocate of that, aren't you?
Well, I am.
It's a point you continually make.
Yeah, it just makes it... You'll see a lot of the top players use the mat because it makes the shot just that little bit easier to get.
Yeah.
You know, you're increasing your percentages for success, giving yourself a little bit more of a margin of error in terms that you can be slightly off in a different way. But just standing in the middle of the mat all day, well, just makes you have to play the harder ball, the more difficult shot. Jan just trying to edge off the ball, very close to it. Wait to see if it's going to drop back. Don't think so. Well, there's one away. One conceded. She's just looking to edge the ball. Half ball was the perfect. She got a quarter ball and managed to run through, but we're just waiting for confirmation because it might still be in. But it's a spare shot opportunity. Has she taken it? She has. Now, those do add up during a match, those spare shot opportunities. Five all after 5 ends.
Where you want it?
David, one other thing I admire about these players is just occasionally how brilliantly precise they can be with a shot. They can go to exactly where they want to go, all that way with the bowl.
Oh, absolutely.
Other times it looks like it's a hopeless task, and they can just put it exactly where they want it, and that's such a skill.
Well, quite often people ask me the difference between the indoor and the outdoor play, and really the difference is the level of accuracy, and up to a point the level of and degree of consistency. It's very hard to get the consistency outdoors simply because of the variations on the rink and
yeah, sure, the weather.
Yeah, whereas indoors, generally speaking, it can be a little bit tricky, don't get me wrong, but the margins are so tight. You're talking about, on occasions, someone shouts down, how far is the ball away from the jack? Oh, 1.5 inches. You're standing on the mat thinking, well, I can beat that.
Yeah, I know.
I know, and you actually feel confident that you'll do it, and you're disappointed if you don't. Especially the top-level guys, the ones that have played the very highest level in the professional circuit. Absolutely nothing is safe.
The ability to know where you want to put that bowl and to then do it.
Come on, big boy, roll. Come on down. That's your track, buddy.
Come on, big boy. Did you hear that? Come on down.
Gentle, gentle.
Good home there. Yep, down there again.
Now, can you get past and back? Just a little bit pacey, he's not going to get back with that. Still, back ball.
Got a lovely line.
Yes, well, possession of the rink there was at risk because you're meant to be behind the mat or behind the jack in your last ball. I have a feeling that the umpires are going to start to be very tight on possession of the rink. Good effort by Amanda. Oh, she held up nicely. That'll do.
Pleased with that. By and large, she's played pretty well this morning.
I think she's been very steady.
Yeah.
To be truthful, these.
One or two maybe loose shots, and the rest have all been very impressive. She made a very good start, of course.
She's had the edge on Manu. Jan Khan has won a lot of titles, a lot of medals of various colours all around the world and different competitions. And there you go. She's using the mat on the inside this time. She's a clever bowler. She's playing off the inside of the mat, which means you play against the normal draw of the hand. The ball holds up and holds up and holds up and then comes back at the end. Very, very late, just like that.
Oh, that's a great effort.
That's exactly why you play off the inside of the mat. And she knows it. I've been watching her. She's been all over the mat to play different types of shots. You play across the draw, holds the ball up, and then a little dive.
I know you like a good bit of mat work, David. I mean, that's perfect vindication of what you said.
It just makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
It really does. Oh, just underneath. The right idea. Actually quite good pace for the job. Now Jan can. Here she goes again on the inside, trying to hold the ball up against the natural swing of that hand. And then a little dip at the end. There it is. That's not bad. Just a little bit heavy for pace. Just a meter through. Oh, she's underneath again. Oh, so close. One more ball to make the adjustment. Well, she's playing the right shot. She's playing the right weight.
Shirley's lost her ice scarf. I'm not sure where that's gone.
I have a feeling
it's
it might
all
be
melted.
Yeah, either that or it's wrapped up in the scarf that she is wearing at the moment. But
She's got another scarf on.
She's got another one on.
Oh yeah, she's adjusting. She has got something.
There's the cover ball coming in. Just watch her, she's changed her position yet again for the backhand.
Yeah.
Trying to get the cover ball in amongst the Canadian ones. Holds onto that, that's good. Well, it's not bad. Just slipped through a little bit. But my goodness, they're playing with very straight balls, the Kiwis.
When you say that, you mean very little bias?
Very little bias, but you know, it can be hard enough to handle as well.
And that's just a personal choice for the way they think this is playing?
Absolutely. They'll be used to playing with narrow bias, of course, on the greens in New Zealand. They play on a cultural weed, which is very, very quick.
So what sort of surface would you go with a very heavy bias then, David?
Well, normally I would go for slightly wider. You know, something like Taylor Ace that the Canadians are using, and maybe Drake's Pride Professional. Hence like Tiger Bowl. This is close. This is closer. She's very close. Needs to bend. Ball solid. Yes, that'll do. Well done.
Ah, good stuff.
Allowed to have 3 goes at it. Got it the 3rd time. Well, if you're going to leave it this length of time for 3 balls, you deserve to get punished, and that's what happened. Good girl. Well played. That's it. Opportunity there. You took it. One to red. That's the confirmation. It's won to Canada. And a very deserved one, I have to say. New Zealand didn't do enough to consolidate the head. Canada deciding to keep hold of the jack.
Well, as we expected, this is quite a nice tight opening set. New Zealand perhaps not doing as well as one would have anticipated looking at their record, but we did say form often is an elusive thing. Well, you can be red-hot favourites going into a match like this, and you just maybe sometimes can't do it.
That also, and the fact that Canada have played some good stuff. Lead in particular.
Well, right from the start, David, they've gone well.
This is Amanda Berg. The Canadian lead has played steady stuff. Backhand just holds off and then dives towards the end, so you have to have a little bit of extra pace to carry it. Oh, got the line. Weight's going to have to be very good to get back from that height. Not up. Well, time to change. No point in negotiating the debris in the backhand. Move on to the forehand.
Manu. Full name Ravi Manu Timote, but it says on her notes preferred name is Manu. So that's how she's known.
Come on, big boy.
Come on, big boy again.
Roll.
It's a typical comment from
Jan
Khan. That really is.
She said that a few times this morning.
Come on, big boy.
Steady on.
Oh, she's good value as well, though. Very good player, but very experienced as well. And competes very, very hard. But then you have to when you're in all black. No passengers when it comes to sport in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I think the lawn bowls outfit call themselves the Blackjacks, don't they?
They do. They do, yes.
Yeah, which is a nice, neat name. And the basketball team, they're the Tall Blacks, aren't they? They are, yeah. I mean, I'm serious. I remember being out there and seeing some stuff in a shop, and they were all there doing a personal appearance, and it was the Tall Blacks, which is, again, simple and clever. It's the soccer team, yeah. Back to the lawn bowls.
Yeah, surely just a classic style extension of the arm. Back leg tucked in behind the front leg. Gentle, gentle girl. Good there.
That's okay.
Get down there, Chilly. Get under me. Cut it.
Maybe.
Just watch this back leg. There it goes, tucking in behind the front leg. Now that's to make room for the hand to go back in the pendulum and to follow through again. It's all one action, but if she didn't do that, the hand and the arm would actually hit the leg.
Probably a bit of both. So, what's the situation, Manu? 4, mate.
Oh,
3.
4, and it's
4.
loose. Well, I wouldn't even attempt to draw that. I'd come in the backhand with
You can actually follow her down.
considerable amount of weight through in the backhand to try and take at least 2 away, maybe even 3. Well, these are very straight line balls. That will hold up, surely. Yep. She's good with this. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Still that far in front. Just inside the black.
Took a while, but got there.
How far in front?
Hmm.
Foot.
Seventh end of a 9-end set, the critical end.
I love it when the players check with each other. You have to have total belief in what they say. I mean, she says how far and she says a foot.
Oh,
it's very precise.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, if you're playing balls with a partner who can't tell distances, it makes a big...
And that must be a problem if you've got that, and it must occasionally happen.
Yes, I think it will, but too heavy on that. It was interesting she played that on the backhand. I don't really know why, because...
Well, she got the precise advice. And
yes, she was looking to just draw the jack back, but that's a very difficult shot. There was a shot in the forehand to take the ball out clean with the shoulder. Still, wouldn't have been the shot I would have played, but... One shot to blue. New Zealand will be happy to take a single out of that particular head. They were down 4 shots at one stage. Jan Can got them out of trouble. 6-all after 7 ends.
it's a nice tight opening set, this one, isn't it? Hard to call. Canada will be pleased with this, I would have thought, because their record, they've beaten Norfolk Island, but they lost to Namibia and to South Africa, David. And coming up against New Zealand, they'll be pleased with what they've done so far.
Well, yes, and to be truthful, I think they've actually been a little bit more consistent than the Kiwis, and you know, I'm quite pleased to see the young Canadians taking this game to the more experienced New Zealand combination.
Oh yeah, it's
because
great.
The better the Canadians play, the more the Kiwis have to step up their game.
Yep.
And then we benefit from that, of course, by having a great game to commentate on. No, we don't take sides with regards to who we want to win, because it's not what we're here to do, but we do love to have a really good quality game.
Yeah. And I wouldn't for a moment suggest that New Zealand are going to be overconfident, but somehow you just sometimes think that teams like that would expect. They look at the record of the opposition and they're expecting to win. And sometimes you have to do more than expect. But at 6-all, impossible to call this first set.
Big boy. Running now.
Well, that's not a bad ball. May force Canada onto the forehand. Well, I don't know. Yes, I think Shirley was offering both to Amanda a draw around on the backhand, which is not particularly easy to do in that backhand. She's on a lovely line if she has the right pace, though.
Ooh.
Here she goes. Got the jack. Oh, yes, just a nibble. That was enough. Good stuff.
That was a nice, clever piece of play.
She got a good half jack and dropped down into position just behind.
Come on, this is close.
Just needs to hurry.
Come on.
Just needs to hurry. Well, got the edge. Let's open the door. Our skipper will be quite happy with that. Well, it's close, so it doesn't really matter the fact that it's close, because you have to assume that you need a ball to go through the gap and be positive to it. Play it with a good stiff yard or two. Try and split the balls and carry the jack back. Try very hard not to be negative. That's the idea. No, she's pushed the ball out, but that doesn't really matter. It's certainly won to New Zealand at the moment. That doesn't really matter because she's got back position. That was the right way to play it. Be interesting to see how Jan deals with this because she's got nothing in the back position. The head's pretty good for her, but anything pushing through. This television rink hasn't got the biggest swings available to it. Yep, well, that's interesting. She's using the far extreme edge of the mat to try and help the ball back around the outside, which you would expect from Jan Kahn. She's an experienced player. If you have to use the mat to try and get position. Didn't push through. Oh, well, that is, well, yeah, she knows. That's nowhere near what it needed to be. It needed to be anything behind the jack was good and had value. Canadians may have the shot against them, but they've got command of the head the way it sits. Shirley should be pushing through this with a couple of meters of weight, try and get to the jack. Lots of shoulders to come off. Now you can see the two black balls she'll be aiming for, or a clean jack will do. Oh, dear me, on the inside. Not, well, the right shot, the right pace, but not easy to find the line. Now, Jan, you need something deep. You need something back around the jack. Can't afford to leave it again. That's it. Have faith in the balls. Outside of the mat. Push it out in a wider line. Let the bias take effect. That's good. That is a major help. Can't cover everything with one ball, but that is a massive help.
This needs to be better from Shirley.
Well, that'd be even more positive to it. Once again, that forehand's like a little shelf on it. It dives very quickly. Oh, she's pushing another ball through, another Kiwi ball through. She was in the middle of the mat when she played that ball. Might have to adjust. This is different. Yeah, shake the head by Jan. I can understand why, but well, the Canadians, well, they can play it either side. If she's going to insist on playing it in the forehand, she needs to be on the inside of the mat, play across the line of the swing, hold the ball up to the last moment, and the delayed swing by playing on the inside, it'll dip to the jack. She's a little bit better, but she's still in the middle. That makes it hard to get a line. Once you go out, you'll never get back. Oh, missed opportunity. Canadians.
Well, suddenly that all went wrong.
But only a single shot. And that sees New Zealand, the league leaders, go into a one-shot lead in this match against Canada with 1 end to go in the first set. It's been a good game, I have to say. It really has been. Some quality balls, missed opportunities on occasions, but the selection of shot has been generally pretty good. The execution has left a little bit to be desired on occasions, but that's really down to the rink as well. It's not the easiest rink to play balls on, especially when you come from somewhere like New Zealand where you're used to playing on very good greens. You push a ball out in somewhere like Pakuranga, that ball's going to sweep back.
one, Manu. Put it there.
Good starter again by Amanda.
This is on, buddy.
Last end, the set, absolutely essential to get in early if you can. Well, we're in the main stand here. As you can see, we've got some Kiwi support just in front of us, keeping an eye on the balls. Perfect position to see everything. Amanda just looking to dip around the short ball. If she misses that, come into position on the deep side. That's good.
Want me to stand there?
That was interesting. Jan was saying, do you want me to stand there? She's not showing her the line. She's just giving her something bigger to aim at rather than the jack. I quite like that myself, actually. I quite like my... and when I'm playing for a player who's maybe playing with me at skip or at lead, just to put their foot down, maybe a foot or so away from the jack. More so when there's a lot of balls around the place, but that one was a little bit heavy.
Roll your front one. Just stay with that.
No, Amanda needs to go steady here. Just, well, the weight wasn't bad. The line's down. She's lying 3 shots, and New Zealand have got 3 behind the jack, which is okay. But I think Jan Kahn would have preferred her lead to have something a bit more adjacent. But there's a lot of room.
Nice balls here.
The young Canadian lead has definitely had the edge over Manu Timotei. She's been steadier. Wow, this is building up a little bit. 3-ball pairs is quite an interesting change around, and I have to say I quite like 3-ball pairs. I think it's a good game. It keeps things moving. Always slight tweaks during the Commonwealth Games years to the rules that they use, and little tweak here and there. 2-ball triples. It's another one which is a very, very good game, and I think 2-ball triples should be adopted worldwide, to be truthful. It's an excellent game. Now, when you get back from there, you're on the wrong side of the mat to get back all the way. She's looking to run away, but I don't think these balls are close enough. She was going for cover, but I honestly don't think they're close enough to do that.
Probably easier there, Tilly.
Yeah, I think it's easier. More balls to hang on to on the forehand. Play a little bit of weight. Just try and make sure you're arriving at the jack. But you must be there. Oh, Jan, what are you doing? What are you doing, girl? You're better than that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good.
Well, Jan's putting herself under a certain amount of pressure in this first set. But she's done it before with the last ball, and as we see Shirley coming in to try and hit her own, good connection on this could make it difficult. Yep, that's better. That's very good, in fact. Canada not worried about getting a draw in the first set. They're going for the win. There you go, David, a good solid hit. Now, by doing that, what she's really trying to do is making sure of at least a tied set, because the second shot really is very beatable. Oh, Jan, you have had a nightmare end. After all the work to get back into position to win the set, you've gone walkabout.
Your choice, just be out there.
Be very, very careful. Shirley, be so careful. You're lying, a set lie. Don't even worry about being up with this. That's the idea. High, wide and mighty. Stay well away. And a little clap from Amanda, and so it should be. This could be a number of shots here. 3 or 4. Looks like 3 red.
3 red, wow.
Confirmed now, 3 shots to red. Canada take the first set, and to be truthful with you, they've been good value for it, simply because the lead's been a little bit more consistent. But Jan Can missed a chance in the last end. So there we go, 9-7 confirmation, and I have to say, Canada good value for the first set. Oh, good grief, what on earth is that? Oh, there it goes.
Oh.
The head moves away from the body and the wings will come up.
That is like one of those scarab beetles in the Indiana Jones movies,
yes,
the flesh eaters.
It is. Well, I hope they just stay down there.
Oh.
Be happy.
You wouldn't want to...
You can't get a black kite when you need one.
You wouldn't want to share a breakfast with one of those, would you?
Good. That's going to be breakfast for a black kite, that one.
We have got plenty of black kites wheeling high in the sky, just slightly to one side of the arena. They are looking for those bugs. This time of day, it seems to be the favoured time for the lunchtime search, I suppose, maybe late breakfast.
Yes, probably for the black kites it would be closer to lunchtime. They've probably been up since about 5 or 5:30.
So, yep.
Having said that, I've been up since 5:30 as well, so I'm looking forward to lunch. Once again, Amanda getting in. She has played very steady balls. It's such a key factor to reduced bowls pairs.
She's been very steady. Manu, great concentration, lovely delivery style. I love it. It's very smooth.
Very typical of the Southern Hemisphere, of course.
Yeah. It's very elegant.
Not too much to go wrong. The end result's good this time. That's the recovery ball.
That is great.
That's more like it. That's what you expect. But it also proves that the rink's not that difficult. Very straight line bowls the Kiwis are using in comparison to the Canadians. This forehand seems to work quite well for them. Amanda, just wide, that last delivery. Manu struggling to repeat the ball.
That was so good, the earlier delivery.
Yes, but there's a little bit of value in that one because it's come behind the jack, albeit at a slight angle. Means that ball has value. The jack goes back. If you're going to miss, at least come into a good place. New Zealand looking for a good campaign here in Delhi, try and make up for what happened in Melbourne, where it wasn't one of their most successful experiences in the lawn bowls. Very professional, of course, in the way they prepare, the way they play. And of course, expectation is also very high. So there's a degree of pressure. Shirley's close with this. Now, what's the connection like? Is she going to get clean jack? Nope. It's got the edge. And unfortunately for her, that's pushed it into a better position for the Kiwis. It's much, much safer. Now, Jan, can you drop inside? Yes, you can. Well done. Good ball. Good ball to score, but it is a shoulder to come off and be used. But, well, you can't allow for every ball, can you? You have to keep putting the pressure on. Get off to a good start. Trying again. All about connection. If she drops inside, got her own ball. A little bit unlucky, but it's always going to be hard to get anything out of that by hitting the front one. Good head of balls, this. There you go. On the ball. Needed to clear the front one to get anything out of it. Good effort. Jan Can right on the extreme outside of the mat, trying to use it to get a dip at the end on a wide line. Should have enough pace to get back. That's the key to this. Not bad. That's what you're looking for. Shirley, just where you put your foot. A better way to play this would be between the two balls, with a fair degree of weight. The way the balls are sitting, you certainly get one out clean. The other one may go onto the jack, but I don't think you're going to be any more down than what you are at the moment. And that is 2. This is really worth attacking. Even more weight than the last time. Have you got enough pace to get through this? Needs to hurry now. Oh, again, just move things around. Well, she didn't have enough. That was the problem. It was a bad-tempered draw. Just something that really needed to be given the beans. That's all. That's a disappointment. Didn't arrive at the head with enough weight. That was the problem. Well, we talk about spare shot opportunities on the last ball with no reply if you're lying, but this is a difficult one to add another. Front balls against, you don't want to touch that. You want to try and come around it and get within 6 inches of the jack. That's sensible, Jan. Stay away from it, lift a couple. Gives you a good start to the second set. Confirmation, 2 to New Zealand.
Sometimes they have.
Good adjustment. Mandelberg. She's a very tidy lead, David, isn't she? She looks compact in the way she plays, and she gets a lot of good, consistent balls into the head.
Yeah, absolutely. She's been very impressive.
Looking good again. Oh, that's good stuff. That's good leading. Through the first, made adjustments. 2 balls in the head. Very tidy.
She has been consistent right from the start, from the very first bowl.
Once again, got the better of the New Zealand lead.
Yep. She's done very well throughout this match.
That's the new training style of bowling shoe. That's been available for some time. Many, many years now, the bowl shoes have moved to more of a trainer type.
was a fairly large one, David.
Yes, that was a...
Tell the folks at home we're being visited by large flying insects again.
It was a very, very large insect.
It was about the size of a blackbird sitting on your shoulder.
It was, and I was getting rid of it pretty quick, I can tell you.
Dear.
Oh, I'm not a happy boy about that one.
The other thing that's missing this morning, the breeze has let us down a bit. We had a decent breeze throughout the day, intermittently, admittedly, but at least there was a breeze. But right now, we're struggling. Flags are struggling to get any movement. You know, they're mainly hanging limp, as you can see. The breeze is not very good, so we could do with a bit of help. Right up until the second.
It's three, mate.
So Canada still looking quite well.
He was extraordinarily casual in many ways. Very professional.
Need to push this ball through. Got a chance on it. Oh, got the wrong angle. If she got that just a little bit thinner, she would have pushed the ball straight into the jack. But it's 1 at the moment to Canada, 2 out. Manu not prepared to give any more away. Confirmation from Amanda Berg that it looks like 2 shots to Canada. There it is. Levels the scores after 2 ends.
Here's a great Commonwealth Games competition from Mitsubishi. And there's 2 great chances to win one of these new Mitsubishi ASXs.
You can get online and throw the shot put. Match the distance of my final throw and you're in the draw to win.
Or you could find a hidden key for another chance to win. Or you could do both. Just visit asxshottowin.co.nz. And good luck.
The difference in many ways has been actually at the lead position because Amanda Berg has dominated.
Been more consistent, hasn't she?
She has, and if Manu starts to get on a game, I think this game could turn around.
Yeah.
That's the thing about pairs. It is very much a matter of getting the 2 players playing well together. If you get that, you're in for some very good stuff.
Well, let's see what Manu can produce here. It's funny, every time I see her name on the back of her shirt, I think of the shampoo that's...
Yes, I know. Timotei.
Yes, exactly. We all remember that one.
I hope we're getting the right pronunciation, but I think we are. That's why it's easy for us. That one. Well, there we go. That's dropping under now. There's a
Northern
chance.
Hemisphere, maybe, Timotei, yeah.
That'll make you track wide, Manu. Come down to here. You're that much out, mate.
That much out, mate, says Jan Khan, holding her arms wide, indicating the distance, but they need to communicate.
Well done. Shot.
Good ball. 2 very loose balls. It looked like Manu had just got the better of Amanda Berg on this end, and 1 comes out of nowhere.
That's quality, isn't it? Yeah, it's good.
Now you can see from that angle, just the ball sweeping inside, holding on, holding on. Goodness, oh, they are so straight. There's no way that a dead weight ball should be able to get inside a front one like that at that angle, because we're directly behind it, and touch the red ball. That must be extremely narrow bias. Now just watch, it misses the front ball and then touches the one behind. No real reaction there from Manu, but I think that's a combination of a straight line ball and also a little vagary of the rink. It's ended up in a heck of a good place though. Oh, what a good ball. What a very good ball. Beautiful forehand draw.
You're down there, Chile. Playing into that.
It's going to force Jan into playing a little bit of pace to it to try and get the ball onto the jack if she can. Just under. It's nice weight for that. Just hard to pick out the line.
Yeah.
And a good chat with some of the Scottish players yesterday. We were talking about the best way to play these rinks, and they were saying that in-between shot was difficult. Had to go at it myself before the game started. Had a few roll-ups, and believe me, it's a difficult shot to play. You get sucked into it though, where you've got no choice. This looks underneath again. There it goes. I'm just emphasising how difficult it is with a player of the standard and quality of Jan Khan is missing it.
There's our friends, the black kites, hovering over the arena. It's still feeding time.
Come down beside us. Loads of little things that are flying around.
Haven't quite had the low visitor like we did yesterday, who actually swooped at head height and less over the arena, weaving his way in and out of the players.
Shirley trying to dip in again.
Are you wanting me to drive it, Manu? Play with weight through to me.
Well, once again, closer this time, but on the connection ball. Oh, well. Well, that was fortunate. She was off the target by some distance. Pushed the ball into the jack. Reduced the count. I think it might be just one to red.
Sounds like, yeah, it is.
So took one off, but a very fortunate result. Take them while you can. As I say, they might well go against you the next time.
So there we go. 3-2 now, Canada. In front for the first time in this set. Remembering they took the first 9-7. And the longer this match goes on, the more you think maybe New Zealand are finding this a little harder than they anticipated, and Canada are playing well. Yeah. Consistently good stuff from Amanda Berg, the Canadian lead.
Yes, and she's been supported by Shirley,
yeah,
Patrick Wong.
Produced some brilliant stuff.
Well, Shirley has played at 2 Commonwealth Games. She got a silver in the 4s in Manchester. It's worth remembering that there's experience within the Canadian camp as well. When you lift a silver at Commonwealth Games in Manchester, you're playing good stuff. She's only 38 now, so she was 30 years of age when she did that, and that's in the women's game. It could be very young.
So she's got bags of experience.
Yeah, it's lost out to the England ladies on that particular occasion. They lifted the gold.
That's 3 to 4 out. No switch. 4 off the back.
Shirley with the advice, and Amanda produces this shot in response. Just creeping into shot.
Speeder, way to go.
Good ball. It's been something that's been lacking in her play for a little bit. That front toucher with good pace on it. Just to arrive at the jack and trail it back a few inches. Needs to start doing that more often. Lovely action. Amanda Berg. Sweet delivery. Ball. Oh, that's a beauty. That's a real beauty, I can tell you. It's pushed the ball completely away from the jack, took its place.
High five from the bench, and she'll be really pleased with that. Little sip of water and the smile. She's continuing to do well for her country.
Well done. Roll again, mate.
Good reply. Got the jack back. It's Amanda Berg just arriving with that ball with sufficient weight to punch it out of the head and take its place. Jack just moved a little bit. Good positive lead shot. There we go. A little bit of the old Powerade or Gatorade or whatever it is they have down there. Some orange juice in there. Fanta Pants orange juice, I think they're calling it these days.
Is that right?
That's it. That's a new one.
Not heard of that one. Let's give that a try. Nice action again. That back leg just beautifully tucked in behind the front. Needs an edge. Got the wrong ball. Wanted an edge of her own ball. Very, very close. But New Zealand in control on this end. Excellent delivery. Very good end for the Kiwis. Asking a lot of questions. It's very open, David, though. You can see the jack. You can see your way into it. A lot to happen still.
She really looks very hot out there.
She does, but she's got the ice scarf still.
Oh, this will do well to get back from that height. Oh, good effort. Just got the edge. But it's going to hurt this end. And that miss means that New Zealand have a chance of picking up their biggest count of the match so far. Jan not able to add the spare opportunity. The last ball with no reply was missed. Looks like 3, and it is indeed 3 to blue. That's 3 to New Zealand.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Have you got flybys?
Yeah.
This October, the more you shop and collect Flybuys points, the more chances you have to win. There are 4 awesome rewards packs up for grabs, valued at over 20,000 points each. Because if you're not getting Flybuys, you're just spending money.
2, 1, go!
Well, 2 rangefinders, nothing wrong with that. I have to say, David, it's been a tidy game of bowls.
It has, yeah.
Yes, some good stuff.
Let's see what Amanda can do for us.
Oh, yes, look at you. Go.
Yep, very good, Amanda. Well done.
Good for her.
Oh, it's a good early sight of the league leaders in New Zealand. Only 3 matches gone in the round-robin stages, so get an idea of how well they're going. But they're definitely being tested against the Canadians.
Oh, you just threw it out, Manu.
Go again. Please, somebody under your bowl. I got it.
A little bit of breeze is returning to the arena, which is welcome. And that's cooling everyone down just that little bit.
Yes, we're happy about it as well up in the stand.
Yes, we're feeling benefit a little bit, which is nice. So if you've just joined us, this is the women's pairs match between Canada and New Zealand. And it's first set to Canada, 9-7. That's Amanda Bergam, Shirley Fitzpatrick Wong. But New Zealand are ahead in the second set, and that's Jan Khan and Manu Timotei, known as Manu. New Zealand playing a little better in this set, but anything can happen at this stage. It's a tight score, and it's been a tight match, but entertaining as well.
Jan Khan very close with this one, just looking to get the ball or the jack. Got the jack.
Applause from both sets of players for that. Appreciation of a very good shot. It's nice to see. Good spirit.
Our black kites are back, folks, and they're going very low. I just got one there, nearly got caught by a ball. They're swooping around, and one just picking something up off the green. Wow, here they go. And they are big birds, believe me, they are very large.
Don't play there, mate. Get past that one, you'll be shot.
I think the girls just taking a moment. Let things clear away a little bit. And while all that was happening, Shirley got into the head and moved things with a very good delivery. Good turnaround. Canada now line 2. Front ball, she's negotiated past it, but put too much weight on. A little bit wider would have soaked some of that up. We talk a lot about bias and things, David, and just the different variations and things. It was actually discovered by accident, back by the Duke of Suffolk, who was out playing his bowls, which didn't have bias at the time, and one of the wooden bowls split in half, ran into the house, went to the bottom of the stairs, sawed off the little ball at the top, which meant it had a flat edge, put it down, and the thing turned around to short bowls. And that is generally accepted as being how bias was actually found out.
Astonishing. It's
great
history.
Because it's great. I love it. You know.
Yeah.
But then they'd already been playing for some hundreds of years before then, because the green in Southampton's been there since 1299.
Yes, I've actually seen that and filmed there, working on that.
Yes, it's
a slice of history. They keep that carefully locked away, don't they? Because it's very, very valuable heritage.
It is very valuable heritage. It is indeed. Yes. David Brand is a life member. Doesn't live anywhere near it. That doesn't matter. I made a life member, and rightly so. Good ball by Jan Khan. Last delivery after a good look at the head to see what's going on, and the little box measure is out. Little fancy box measure by the looks of it. There you go, look at that. That looks like a fancy piece of equipment. Just wait for confirmation. It's looking like it's 1 to New Zealand. Well, that was a good bowl. A recovery bowl by Jan Khan.
If he was doing 50, he would have stopped here. But he wasn't.
Jan Can's played a couple of very big bowls in this set. Last deliveries to keep Canada at bay. You would argue that's exactly what she's there for, but it just shows that Canada are lying the shots and putting a lot of pressure on. And the expectation is if you keep doing that, at some stage your opposition will miss. And you'll pick up a big count. As we were discussing, David, about the bias of the ball, that was developed sometime later, and people started to drill holes in one side and put lead and ivory and silver, and the aristocracy actually had pure silver put in with their names on it.
That would be valuable, David.
That's only from a curiosity point of view.
Yeah,
that's all. I have an old set that I got hold of with ivory on the sides, long before, of course, that there was any ban on anything about ivory. So, but they're at home. They're quite
good.
pretty.
Nice bit of history.
Yeah, it's made from lignum vitae. Great study of concentration, Amanda Berg. But he's missed this time. Advantage to Manu Timotei from Northland in New Zealand. So with 4 ends to go, it's New Zealand in control of this set, albeit by only 3 shots, and by virtue of Jan Can playing a couple of really big balls. Much happier Kiwi team. Shirley, the wee hard push on the ball, but didn't have a weight to do that. And New Zealand are looking good in this end. Great chance for Jan Can to add another, really consolidate, try and kill off the second set. Oh, handy little edge. Economy of effort when it comes to the delivery, the Canadians. No, Shirley, are you going to get a good connection? Oh, that was unlucky. That really was unlucky. Any better connection and that ball would have bounced in for shot. Played it with enough weight, which was the right way to play it, with sufficient weight to push the ball all the way in. Just got it half on the high side. Missed it clean, she would have drawn the shot. Well, Jan Can's gone tight. As you see, the ball's coming in. There's a short ball just arriving at the top of our picture. That was the last delivery. And in many ways, actually quite a vital ball, because it doesn't help the Canadians to play the same ball again on the backhand. They may not have much of a choice, but that ball could be very much a blocker in their way. it's a beauty, and I tell you what, that was an extremely important ball, purely on the strength of all the way through the gap. That's where the strong bias comes into effect. That was such a difficult shot to play. Good girl, well done.
Happy smile, and why not? It was a great bit of play.
No. Level of complexity up there along about 9.5. 10 out of 10, because I tell you what, that was so difficult to play, especially under the circumstances where she had 3 shots against her, possibly 4. That's probably saved this set at this stage, certainly. The adrenaline is running through her veins. She needs to calm down now, just relax. In the meantime, Jan can once again to get out of trouble. Waiting on the ball to bend and stop. Well, that's run through a little bit. We'll just see what the damage is. Looks like it's definitely 1 to Canada. Possibly 2. It looks like the measure's coming out. Oh, 2 out. Well, 2 to Canada. Manu has conceded those. Amanda's looking for a 3rd. What a big turnaround from 4 down to 3 up if this is a 3rd. Oh, it certainly looks like it. That's a 7-shot turnaround on N6. 2. Well, 6-shot turnaround, can't argue with that. Massive ball by Shirley Fitzpatrick Wong.
As much as we do. I guess that's why they're the elite sponsor of the Silver Fern.
And there was a lovely young 4 that came from Canada. And they really enjoyed themselves. They lifted the silver medal, and they brought a lot of fresh air and enthusiasm to that particular championship. It was good to see.
And her and Amanda Berg have just done really well this morning. They've taken on this New Zealand pair and performed really well, which meant that they took the first set 9-7, and of course they're still very much in this. They're 6-5 down with 3 ends to go, 2 after this one. And of course, if that one were to go to New Zealand, we will have the tie break, but if Canada can get it, it will be a very good victory, 2-0.
When you win the first set, it's a strange sort of thing. It's almost like you carry a shot into the second set. It's not on the card, but it's almost like an imaginary shot that you carry into the second set because you can afford to draw it. You don't actually have to win the second set to win the match. So that's where the not only do you get the first set, you've actually got this sort of imaginary shot in your head.
That is a massive difference, isn't it?
It is, because
the draw is enough.
Gives you a lot of freedom to play your last few ends in a different way, knowing that the opposition have to win it. Down again, down again. That's good, consistent stuff.
That's 2, Manu. Yep, just get me a close one.
You know, both skips have played some very good bowls to save themselves and to save their countries. Keep this tight. But so far, the star of the four has been Amanda Berg, the 23-year-old from Alberta. Manu just trying to... Oh, that ball kicked out. Well, it looked like it was coming inside at one stage, and I got it straight there and kicked out. Shirley is carrying the card down to the other end of the rink. Of course, the skips are responsible for that. They have to ensure that not only is it correct in terms of the completion of it, but that they make sure they've signed it, their opponent has signed it, and it's handed into the umpire at the end of the match.
Very much like the golf, where you have to score us up, sign your card, check your opponents.
Yes, I think that golf have taken it to an even greater stage that if you fail to put it in properly, they can actually, you can lose a tournament out. I think that happened to Patrick Harrington a while ago.
You can.
And there was a mistake on his card. Everybody knew what had happened, but it was an innocent mistake, but he actually lost the championship because of it. And they all accept it. They're very good in golf about the rules, aren't they? They're
astonishing.
So
well-disciplined, well-run sport.
Yeah, so good about it. RNA, of course, have got responsibility for that. Royal and Ancient. Oh, big hit, but it's actually pushed the ball in.
We like that. It's just in front of Jack. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, slightly different connection. You could have pushed the ball in for shot.
I think it tracks and it's not going to bend back. It's not going to come back because it tracks there. Okay. Just in front.
Big shot this could be for Shirley.
Well, going through, right behind the head. Nice and clean out of the way.
Ball was good.
Every shot absolutely vital now in the second set. It's been a long game, just over 2 hours. We're not completed the second set yet. Is she going to stop in time? Oh, just running through, I think. Quick check by Amanda to find out who's lining the shot, and she's indicated it's 1 to Canada. Doesn't want to hit the opposition over though. She's on the wide side. Well, it should have been on the other side of the mat. That would have swept right in. Because she was on the inside, caused a problem. She doesn't really want to play the backhand because there's a blue ball on the way on the backhand, so she could push that in as well. Better to play for the jack high one, use it as a target, as a shoulder. On the backhand there's 2 New Zealand balls, so that's why she stayed away from that, but just pushed it too wide on the forehand. And there you can see it's 1 shot to Canada, and they're trying to find out how to remove that ball. Well, taking a long time, but it's a fairly straightforward shot in the forehand. It's ideal in many ways because Jan is pulling away from the head. She's got her own to push in, but she's pulling away from the head to remove the Canadian ball, and that could be very profitable. In fact, if she gets this, that could be virtually the set over. Well, she's been up for the big ball on occasions in this match. And this really is a big ball. Heavy drive. Will it hold? Needs to hold. Just inside. Selected the right shot, played it with the right pace. Just slightly off target. Oh, that Canadian ball was looking very lonely there. But just missed on the inside.
We tend to think that in a disaster, someone would rescue us. But in a large-scale disaster, there'd be too many people affected and not enough rescuers. A flood or cyclone could stop emergency equipment from reaching you at all. And then you and your family will be on your own for up to 3 days or more. Make sure you're prepared before it happens. Visit getthrough.govt.nz to get ready now.
Well, Amanda turned her back on that ball.
The strange thing is, although it's now just over 2 hours they've been playing, it hasn't felt like it, David. It's moved along.
I have to say, I looked at my watch because we always sort of check the times as we go along at key moments. And I actually thought we'd been playing for about an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a nice match to watch, and there haven't been any long periods of boredom or controversy or arguments or breaks or official interruptions.
No. Yes, as you say, both teams have been very disciplined.
Yeah, just got on with it. Nice spirit.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Chatting, exchanging little smiles here and there.
That's the way we like to see the game played.
Yeah, it's a good advert, this.
Always interested in working on the New Zealand games because I enjoy playing down there so often. First time was in 1982. I visited Auckland after the Commonwealth Games in Brisbane.
That's 3 feet out. Got lots of room around it.
Had a stay for a week there with in the company of David Bryant and Willie Wood and Peter Bellis, Rob Perella, some of the great names of bowls, and we had a party, I have to say.
I'm sure you did. Sipped a few beers and quaffed a few wines.
With no choice. It rained for 3 days and we were in the bar for 3 days and we were underwater. But it was a great time. It was my first introduction to New Zealand and it was wonderful. Canada with the advantage at the moment. Oh, picked up the jack and held on to it. Big ball and a good ball because it was played with lovely pace. Here we go. She was making sure she was arriving at it. Picked it up. If she'd have missed the jack, she would have got the ball and that would have been sufficient for the shot. Excellent delivery. And that is not going to be easy to beat.
No, it's a tough one. It's funny watching Shirley walking back down the arena. She just looks a bit hot, doesn't she?
Yes.
I mean, the clothing she's wearing looks very hot, and now I know that's an ice collar that she's got there, but even so, she just looks like she's...
Well, that's a sort of Airtex type of shirt that they're wearing, which allows you to breathe in this heat, and most of the teams have this.
The moisture would be released, but
yes.
So you would stay relatively dry, not too sweaty.
But it just with the cap on and obviously the scarf
it's
thing.
the cap and the scarf that
makes
do
you
it
look hot.
like a winter's day.
Yep.
back in the UK.
Hard shot to play in the backhand. I favoured the forehand for her. Well, that's why I didn't really fancy that one. It didn't look right on the backhand. The percentages were less. Oh, there you go. It must be knocking 34, I would say, at the moment.
Yep.
And the humidity's well up too.
Again, the fans indicate that that breeze has dropped away again. And there's no relief from the heat. If you're sitting out under no sort of cover at all, it's very hot, hard work.
Yes, those flags are as limp as a picnic's haircut. There you go, not a movement in them. Absolutely dead steady. So we see Jan Khan trying hard to add another. Oh, dropping short, but dropping short is not a problem because that's going to make it quite difficult on the forehand, which to me was the better way to come in. So there's a certain amount of value there to try and get round that short ball. Well, they've got a stronger bias ball, it's possible. I'd like to see the distance again between the short one and the jack. Whoa, do well to hold this. Do very well to hold this one up because it's a swinging ball. Didn't have the pace anyway.
Yeah, down there. Get over the top. It's good. Play for those.
I think Canada, well, they wouldn't panic if they lost a single. If they lose any more than a single, it starts to get a bit more hard work.
Yeah.
Jan down on a narrow line. I'm a little bit surprised she was that narrow because good opportunity to drift around her short ball, add another one.
Yeah.
Concentration. Concentration on Shirley Fitzpatrick Wong's face. Doesn't look like that's going to do the trick.
I can see what she was playing for. A very, very difficult shot. Really difficult shot to play to punch that ball out. If she'd have played that and got it, that would have been the outstanding ball of the match. So there we go. There we go. Ball on its way to try and make the spare shot if she can. Very valuable at this stage. Certainly on a very good line. This should drift in. It's all about, well, is she going to stop in time? She has. Oh, well, I think it might be in. I think it just dropped back. And that makes a big difference if it's a double. So just as we were going to check it to see if it was with our rings, there's no requirement to because it's been confirmed. It's 2 to blue.
2. So the odds swinging against Canada. We could be heading for that playoff.
Yes, I think if New Zealand had just got one shot there,
that was manageable. Would have been.
Well, certainly mine. 2 is not a disaster in terms of Canada, but it's just a little bit harder to get because they don't have the last ball. Steady, 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 steady. Just a little bit, got the touch in the way past, but no extra for that particular situation though. Just a marked toucher. Amanda Bird taken away from her favoured hand, which was on the backhand because of the first Kiwi ball. Shouldn't be in the way for Manu because she plays with a much tighter line ball than the Canadians. She'll be able to drop inside that, so it's actually quite a good. It's quite a good guide. There's an easy delivery once again.
It's not got the legs.
Oh dear, when you're looking for two shots, that's not where you want to put one. The danger there was really, for Amanda, she was trying to adjust the weight by taking a yard or so off and drop 3. So easy to do, really is. But it's good news for New Zealand. Looking down on the inside and the backhand, those balls won't drift away too much, but didn't have the pace to carry it to the jack.
Now, deep conversation. These are critical moments for Canada, and it's not looking good.
Well, it's not even a matter to as well of the fact that they're the shots down. It's the position of the head is the problem.
Yeah.
It's if there was a clear road in, you would sort of fancy that Shirley would get 1 in, maybe 2 in, but there's nothing easy about this. It's blocked on both sides. She has to play a ball and just hope that she gets the line in.
Yeah.
It does sound a little bit speculative, but truthfully, it's the way to do it. Put it down and just hope that you don't get caught.
Yeah, go for it.
Doesn't matter which side she plays it, forehand or backhand, it's a problem both ways.
Shirley Fitzpatrick-Wong, and these are crucial moments for Canada.
That's what I'm saying about just trying to make it inside. Well, not sure how far that's drifted away.
Liz Comm swiping her hands after delivering that bowl and just watching to see, along with Manu at this end.
Well, that one just drifted past.
Yeah. Not quite what she wanted to do. I like the way Liz has got the NZ in the back of her haircut.
Yes, I noticed that.
Just
yes.
underneath the cap.
Well, there we go. That indicates from our rings that Canada are line 1. They only need 1 more, and that will be enough to win this match. Okay, there's nothing very close to the jack.
Now, Shirley's on the run.
Needs to hurry, though. It's struggling.
Oh, no, it's stopping.
Yes, that one died a death much too early.
There we are, the NZ right on the back of the neck in that hair.
If she gets the ball, that will be enough. Good solid contact on it. That might even make a double. Looks like it's made a double, and that could easily be enough to close this set down. we go. It looks like it's 2 okay. Still available to Shirley, but this will be a very big ball to save this.
So this is the crucial shot, really, for Shirley and Canada. They need something a bit special. Otherwise, we're into the tie-break.
Oh, I don't know if this is going to hold up, but she needs to get to the jack. Has she got the angle right? Oh, what a ball. Has she made 2? We'll have to check that with the rings. It might only just be the 1. 1's not enough for Canada. What a ball, though. She'll be desperately unlucky if she hasn't made a double out of this. Look at that. Perfect connection. Jack on the other side was absolutely certain.
Great bit of play, but has it been enough?
Don't know. Shirley's not sure either. They're not sure if it's 1 or 2. It makes a massive difference in this match.
Oh my goodness, what a difference it does make.
Well, if that is to be believed, then there's only the 1 shot. Our rings looks like they're centered very well indeed. Camera right over the top of the head. Well, I think there's only the 1. I think there's only the 1. But Jan's gone down to play it. And really because she's got 2 balls at the front and 1 just behind, so it's a safe shot to play. He's just going to make sure. Just a little reaching shot up to touch her own ball or turn the jack around the corner. She's playing it with a little bit more weight than I expected.
Manu's blocking our shot. Thank you.
Well, it's running through, but I don't think there's any more than 1 shot here. And that goes back to the last end, where it was so important as well for Jan to get the spare shot. She got the 2 the last end. Give it a little opportunity to have a little bit of leeway. And I just get the impression that it's only 1. Well, that was a very quick measure. We'll get confirmation that it was only just the 1 shot.
Just
very unlucky
one.
for Shirley Fitzpatrick Wong. So New Zealand take the second set, 8 shots to 7, having lost the first one 9 shots to 7. And we're into 3-end.
Moment we've all been waiting for, and boy am I excited.
There is a buzz in the air and it's going to be a cracker.
Finally, here they come.
The ITM Cup, Waikato, Otago, Friday live, Sky Sport 1 on the Rugby Channel.
Hey guys, here's a few things that we're working on at training. You boys ready?
Yep, let's go.
Yeah. Oh, camera's rolling.
Let's lose it.
Have a peek at this. Sport. That's 1. That's 2. Check this out.
Woo, money ball.
On the field, I like to be perfect. Range. Yep.
Yeah, boy. No looker.
Easy.
Woo, shot siege. As an All Black, sometimes I got a sense where the passes are coming from. Yeah, pity. Check this out. Yeah. 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 Not bad, eh?
Clean catch, Dad.
Here's a great Commonwealth Games competition from Mitsubishi. And there's 2 great chances to win one of these new Mitsubishi ASXs.
You can get online and throw the shot put. Match the distance of my final throw and you're in the draw to win.
Or you could find a hidden key for another chance to win. Or you could do both. Just visit asxshottowin.co.nz. And good luck.
Low prices, huge value, the big deals! On now at Harvey Norman. Panasonic 42-inch full high-definition plasma TV, just $13.88. Electrolux Ultra Active Power Vacuum for $7.93 and get a bonus upright vac. DeLonghi freestanding multifunction oven, just $19.98. Wow! Plus, check out the new iPods now in store. And buy today and get no interest, no repayments for 15.
Bowlers are back on the rink for the 3-end tie break. Good starter. Very good starter. Bowlers are back on the rink for the 3-end tie break. Good starter. Very good starter. Manu just drifting underneath.
Start.
Come on, Andy.
Just needs to hurry to get to the jack. Oh, that's good. Good first one, better second one.
Yeah, probably better there. Shot balls a foot.
Because it's accumulated shots, that does change things rather. As I said, it used to be just a matter if you won 2 ends out of the 3, which I always thought was a very fair way to do it.
Yep.
It had the opportunity for excitement and a dramatic bowl to change things around. But with accumulated shots, it is possible to lose 2 singles and then a 3 in the last end and lose the match.
Speed's good again.
This young girl's been very impressive. Just dropped it a little bit on this occasion, but line a couple of shots.
Speed's better track. Come on, big boy. Come on, run.
Oh, it's got the line, just didn't have the running.
Good effort, mate.
Big boy gave up.
Jan Khan with the request to keep on running.
That's what she shouts. Come on, big boy. long game for you, girl. Extra pressure skipping, of course. Extra pressure of winning this match, because if they win this game, Canada puts them back in the frame again. Now, what's the connection like? What's the connection? Oh no, that is not the connection she wanted. She's pushed the New Zealand ball in for shot. Just a little bit on the inside. She lost her way in terms of the line. The weight was perfect. It's not a disaster, but you don't want to give the shot away because you're trying to build the head to score shots. Well, that's a long, long way away, and
I think so. I can play here, right? Yeah.
on the forehand, play a similar ball and take the ball out. Reach your own, drift inside, rest the blue one out of the way. But reach the head, that's the important bit, reach it. Give it a chance. Giving it a chance onto something. Oh dear, oh dear.
So close.
Oh. Let the ball do the work. She did. She pushed it out wide. Let the ball do the work. Any connection on the front would have been enough. Any connection on the black ball would have been enough.
And the Canadian girls must be kicking themselves inside. They were so close to tying that second set, and now they're forced into this playoff, and it's frustrating that they could have won it just by drawing the scores in that second set, and they didn't. And here we are in this playoff.
Well, there you go. That's all of the lotions going on, and very wise as well, because it is very hot out there in the direct sunlight. Sun cream and mozzie cream required.
Insect repellent, I think, is the phrase, David.
Yeah, it might be insect repellents and mozzies.
Covers more nasties.
Yes. They made a meal of me last night, the mozzies.
And they had a go at me too, but there we go. We're bold and brave, and we're still here.
Yes. We put everything on, though. Well,
big conversation.
Yes, it's you know, Jan Cairns played 2-0 balls really.
Yeah.
And Shirley gave the shot away with the first one, so New Zealanders have been nowhere. They could lift the shot without actually playing a decent ball on this end.
So yet again, it's an important moment for Canada. And there's Skip.
Well, again, she just has to reach it to give it. Oh, she's much wider this time. Much, much wider. I can't see. This ball's going to have to do a lot of work to get back. No, as soon as she pushed it out, there was no way. The weight was good, the pace was lovely. But as soon as it went out on the high line, it was nowhere. And just how hot it is. But, Amanda Bird can be very proud of the way she played today, as can Shirley as well.
Yeah, they've both done well.
Well, this looks different. This looks very different. Oh, she's touched her own ball. Don't believe she came through with that sort of pace. Much, much too heavy. Shouldn't have been anywhere near that. Look at that. Oh, I don't believe it. If that was meant to be a draw, that was way, way over the pace. Oh, well in.
Come down, Joe. 1.
Well, Canada give the shot away. New Zealand with the last ball of the end returned the favour, and I'll tell you what, you know, if that turns out to be just one shot in this match, that's a major problem that need to be discussed, playing with that pace. So tie break, 3 ends, first blood to Canada. Well, I don't care how experienced you are, David. If you've got a bird in the hand, you're far better off just grabbing it.
You are, yeah. But this is ebbed and flowed, this match, and it's been so tight, really, all the way through. Occasional moments of brilliance, but some very consistent play, 1 or 2 errors. But it's been interesting all the way along. It's held the attention.
It's certainly been a great game to work on, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And for the purist, in terms of the bowls purist, it's been full of good stuff.
Yeah, I like that we've just seen from Amanda. She has been so good. The girl from Alberta in Canada. Imagine how different life is for her on an everyday basis between there and Delhi. But that's the magic. That's the magic of the Commonwealth Games, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And Canada's a marvelous. Have you been to Canada? You've done Canada?
No, I have family in Canada. I was. It's a long time ago, but it doesn't hurt me at all because my best mate got it at the time. But I was reserved for the Commonwealth Games team in '78.
Oh right.
No one got sick. I missed out.
Spot there.
But it is a wonderful country. I've only been to the eastern seaboard, but I would love to go up to the far west. But the whole place is just so
wonderful,
terrific. They're lovely people, great country. Love their sport.
I think they love life.
Yeah.
There. And maybe just a little bit slower than what it is in some other countries, but that is to be admired.
Some friends of ours had, or my family's had, a log cabin on an island in the St. Lawrence River. Oh. And we spent a couple of summers there when I was a youngster, and it was just magical.
Oh, 1 down. That's behind.
I've never been back since, not to that particular spot. I'd love to do it. Happy memories. And Canada, for the moment, are the ones who are slightly the happier. They lead in this tie-break.
That's going to come across. Actually, it's not a bad thing if it come across, because I might just keep the straight line ball out of the way in the forehand.
Wide, mate.
Force them onto the backhand. They played some good balls in the backhand, so there's no reason why they can't play it.
Jan Comm with the advice.
Well, I think she left the option open to Manu what she wanted to play, and that's good skipping, actually, because at this stage you want the player to be extremely comfortable.
I love watching Manu's delivery. It's so smooth. I love it.
Well, you expect that from New Zealand there.
Yeah.
Very well coached.
It's a lovely style.
Very well trained. There's the tight line ball, but even it's starting to drift away a little bit. Still, good place.
Wasn't bad.
Very good place. Whoa, that is just drifting off the head. Still a good ball. Well, in previous years and in the professional game, Canada would be chasing the win on this end, and New Zealand would be trying to force the third end of the tie break, but we've had more changes in the rule book, which means that we play through, depending on the accumulated shots, of course. If there's more than 6 shots accumulated after 2 ends, there's no point. Surely. Can you hold the ball? You can. Well done. Yep. Very good ball.
She's really provided some moments of inspirational play, hasn't she?
Oh, absolutely. I think as a game, and looking at the game in a way of the purest, but also from a pure bowls point of view and sports point of view, the Canadians have been the more consistent team almost throughout the match. But that's not always the case when it comes to winning. Sometimes the opposition, you win matches against the flow of play, dig deep, experience comes through. Oh, she's waving at this one. It's just slightly outside the line. Here it comes. Now, probably better to stay out there. You don't want to leave a shoulder, though.
Drive it. Go under that ball, you get both.
Yeah. Manu was giving instructions there to say, come through on the forehand, take the jack or the balls, make a disturbance.
Take both.
Heavy driver, of course, in terms of the women's play.
Here we go.
Tell you what, she's close with this. Got the jack. No, just one out. Good drive, though.
Ooh, only a whisker in it.
As they would say in certain parts of the world.
Yeah.
Missed it by the thickness of a fag paper.
Takes me back to the days of roll your own. Not many people would remember.
Was that Rizzler or something?
Rizzler, yeah.
There you go. Never been involved myself, but I remember the guys doing them. Doing them up. My father was one of them.
Roll-ups.
No mistakes here. Rely on the shot. No mistakes. It would be good if you could add another. It would be really good if you could add another. You need to be running. Oh, that's going to be close for two. Yes, that's in.
Well, Amanda liked it.
Oh, it's definitely in. Very good ball under pressure from Shirley. Oh, she looks like she's feeling this heat. I hope she hasn't got another session to go straight on to. Oh, in by the proverbial mile. So this is a big ball for Jan. Can't really afford to lose two shots in this end. Looks like another drive. Slightly wider this time than the previous one. Yes, she's gone. Missed it by some distance. So it's going to be 2 to Canada going into the last end. And a 3-0 lead. And based on the play so far, that's a deserved lead in the tiebreak. Jan will be disappointed because she is a good driver. She's an accurate driver. Close with the previous delivery, but some distance away with that one. Drifted off the line a little bit. There's indications that to get out of trouble in this rink, you really have to play a very good ball. So up to the leads to get close. Try and force their opponents into playing the difficult shot, which is the little runner or the drive on occasions. Still a little bit far away. First to get one within 6 inches of the jack. It's going to be hard to beat. Struggling for pace. Gently, gently. Gently, gently, girl. You're still pacey. Better than the other two, but still a little bit far away. Still, if you beat your opponent, that's enough. There's a chance for Manu to put one on the jack. But they need to score 4 shots in this end to win it. And need 3 shots to force a 4th end. This one drifts in, and it's coming in quick now. If it catches the ball, and it has, well, that's the starter. It's actually a big ball, because if that one had been short, that'd have been in a heap of trouble. And a touchdown, the closest ball. It's even more important. Oh, Manu, you can smile, it's all right. You know, you've got the shot. Can't ask an awful lot more of you than that. You can't win the game on your own, but you've given your skip an opportunity to build on it. Something just tells me that we might be going into a 4th end of a tie break. Just the way this head's sitting, it's not particularly easy. And I know that Shirley's preferred the forehand, which she can't play. She's going to have to play the backhand. It's not a particularly easy hand to play. That's why the 2 leads were focusing on the other side now. Steady, 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 steady as it comes back. Steady as it comes back. Steady. There you go. Just running through. And we have to bear in mind that Jan Khan has got 3 balls. So it's possible for New Zealand to win this game in this end. First one's crucial. Get the first one and the pressure builds. This is all about judging the weight that's running through. Well, she really hasn't been as consistent as she's need to be. Oh, Shirley, Shirley. It wasn't more weight that was needed, it was less. Putting herself under a tremendous amount of pressure here, having missed with the 2 deliveries. This is certainly looking better in terms of pace, but she's out very wide. Well, there's no other way to describe it as stonkingly poor, really, because they've been playing in this rink for nearly 3 hours. You really should know the line by now. There's 2 very poor balls when you're playing at the Commonwealth Games level and you're trying to win the match. She didn't even need to play the backhand. Actually, the forehand was available to her because she's got her own ball in the forehand. There's only 1 there. Top left of the rings where the black ball is. Would have been a much better situation for New Zealand to play that shot. But disappointing in the way they've played here today. It's been a good game though, but still got a chance. Shirley, a wave of play. Oh, Shirley, don't go too wide. You don't want to be hitting that ball in. You really don't want to hit that one in. Whoa. What were you doing out there? You know, usually outside of the mat, the ball swings in. You could miss that by 2 feet. Shouldn't have been anywhere near that. Well, I don't know, maybe it's the pressure of the moment for both players. You know, I can understand that. It's always difficult, but there's a shot on here for Jan Khan. She has to play it on the forehand, though. Chatting there, sure, just explaining everything.
Got to keep the focus, even though it is nearly 3 hours. Got to just keep sharp and.
She's on the forehand, David. She should have been on the forehand ages ago.
Yes.
She needs to drag this jack back at an angle to make the 3 shots to tie this set. Well, she's very wide. Very wide. Needs to be lucky. Has been in terms of getting another shot, but it's only going to be 2. Wait for confirmation, of course it is. It's going to be 2 shots to New Zealand. Yes, we have confirmation now. There it is, a big wick.
Yeah, there's the handshakes.
Well, it's a big smile, but it'll be disappointment for her. She's very competitive, and 2 shots to New Zealand means that Canada have won the tie-break, 3 shots to 2, and they take the match 2-1 overall, and a fully deserved Canada, I have to say. New Zealand certainly not on top form. Signs occasionally of really good stuff, but it's Canada that have taken New Zealand out in the 4th match of this section play.
And that's the first defeat for New Zealand, so their winning run has come to an end, but Canada can be pleased with that. It's taken its time. It's gone on much longer than we originally thought, but there we go. In the end, Canada have got the verdict, and well done to them.
High fives. Look at that. I can't believe that ball. So tight. A little bit of luck there as the ball was pushed in by New Zealand. And Canada taking the ball out. That was Amanda Berg. Just resting the ball off the jack. She was really the star of the show in many ways, the Canadian lead. 23-year-old from Alberta. Absolutely marvellous the way she played today. And suitably backed up by Shirley Fitzpatrick-Wong. There she goes, a happy girl, trailing the jack back. But it was a highly entertaining game, I have to say. Full of good balls, full of shot play. But in the end, it was the young Canadian double of Amanda Berg and Shirley Fitzpatrick-Wong that took the match over the very experienced Jan Khan, the skip from New Zealand, and Manu Timotei, the lead.
Please check for any unattended article around you and your seating area.
किसी भी लावारिस वस्तु को ना छुएं, ना उठाएं। इसकी सूचना तुरंत पुलिसकर्मी या वॉलंटियर को